This is Breaking Wind with Benny Rizzuti. I'm Benny Rizzuti.
And I'm John Santo.
Originally, I had a lot of celebrities and some former presidents who wanted to do this segment with me, but there were too many people to fit in this set, so I figured, why not have John Santo?
Why not?
John, let's talk about the year in review.
The presidential race. Big news.
Big news.
Big news.
So what would George W. Bush think about the presidential race that's going on?
Well, if George Bush were here, I think he would say that it was a very competitive race. It's a lot of name throwing. It's getting dirty politics, I think.
It's getting and Bill Clinton.
I love this Republican race for president. Now, I don't care if Sarah Palin could see Russia from her house. I just want to see inside Sarah Palin's house. I love Sarah Palin.
You do? You love Sarah?
I really do.
She's not running this time.
That's a shame. That's a shame.
And what would Ronald Reagan think of the 21st century presidential race?
Well, people ask me, what would Reagan do? I wouldn't vote at all.
You don't remember?
I don't recall. I don't know.
All right. Now, one of the people who is running right now is Donald Trump.
That's right.
Donald Trump is running. Now, I'd like to ask a few questions to Mr. Trump.
Go ahead, Betty. Whatever you want to ask.
Mr. Trump, have you seen any of the new Christmas movies?
I haven't, Betty. I tried to go see a Christmas movie, but I couldn't get in.
Star Wars?
Couldn't do it.
Why not?
Too many illegal aliens in front of me online that bought tickets and filled up the theater.
So how would you handle something like that if you were president?
I would deport them and make room for people to see the movies.
So you're saying that illegal immigrants are keeping us from seeing movies?
I'm only speaking in my particular case, yes.
Now, one more question I'd like to ask Mr. Trump. Mr. Trump, Mark Zuckerberg, I don't know if this is a hoax or real.
Right.
Mark Zuckerberg is giving an average person like myself $4.5 million.
If you need $1 million, Benny Rizzuti, to do the show, you have $1 million. That's it.
Why, thank you, Mr. Trump.
Oh, you're welcome.
All right, we don't need any
fun with the
advertisers.
news. Oh, we have fun with the news.
We don't need advertising.
I can see him saying that, too. Like, that's how ridiculous Donald Trump is.
Now, what else about the new year? What's going on?
Star Wars.
Star Wars movie.
Don't worry, no spoilers. I haven't seen it. Have you seen it?
Yes, I've seen it.
You've seen it,
I've
okay.
seen it. I loved it.
Good picture?
I think it's great. I think people are getting too critical with the movie. I think you have to look at it as an attraction, like a ride. If you were in Disney World or Universal Studios, it's a Star Wars ride. For 2 hours, they take you on a ride.
Right.
Who cares if it's a little similar? It's 35 years later. A lot of fun. I really
Is that
enjoy-
that's the storyline? It's 35 years
It
after
is
after
35
Jedi?
years after Jedi, right?
But you know, it really is 35 years after Jedi, and they have the original cast,
Yeah.
right?
Which
Who
is great.
are in their 70s. I
Yes.
thought the picture was going to be the Empire Blue Cross and Blue Shield Strikes Back.
That is, I have a Star Wars joke, but I've been using it on this show.
Oh, on the show regularly?
Yeah,
Okay.
regularly. So about that, I was hoping to finally find out how a virgin princess got the name Leia. Because if I directed that movie, she'd be giving a little nookie to the Wookiee.
Well, I did a Sopranos video with the Sopranos talking about the Star Wars movie, and I had Tony Soprano saying,
You know, how much did it cost to build a frickin' Death Star? Like in the trillions. If you have that much money, retire. Get out of the empire business. Go on a beach somewhere and retire. You know, it's like, it's ridiculous that they would do that. You know, spend all that money for what? There's no end, right? But then after that, they're all going to say, okay, what do you want? More money? You have trillions of dollars. So if you think about it, the whole series is ridiculous.
What did the other Sopranos?
And I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of them. Oh, so in the video I said,
Just retire to a beach on Alderaan.
right? And then I have Bobby Bacala go,
They can't. They blew up Alderaan. Hypothetically, if they didn't.
And how about Silvio? How would he be in the...
Suffice to say, I agree. If you got that much money, open up a chain of intergalactic strip clubs.
You really get into this.
yeah, I get into this. You know, if you
Yeah.
mix Star Wars and The Sopranos, which I've been doing in my act recently.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's a
it's
lot
fun.
of fun. Yeah. Yeah, that's fun. What else is going on in the past year? What are the big events?
The big stories. So we had the thing with Adele. Adele had the big song or something, the Hello song. Yeah.
I'm not an Adele fan.
It got 400 million searches on Google last year. And it only happened later in the year. The whole Star Wars thing got only 155 million searches.
And Adele got more searches than
Four
that.
times the amount than Star Wars, which is a 7-movie franchise. Fascinating.
Well,
I don't really have a point. I just wanted to show you that I did some homework.
I'm trying to think of a point too, but Adele, I
don't have a point.
I don't listen to Adele because I don't want to cry. I don't want people to see me cry.
Right.
Here, if you listen to Adele, you just cry.
You just cry a lot. I just wanted to show you I did some research for the segment. That's
Yeah.
all. I don't actually have a point.
What other?
Let's see. Well, that was bad news. I don't want to even talk about this. The Kansas City Royals won the World Series. I'm a Met fan.
You're a Met fan.
I'm a Met fan.
Yeah.
At least we were in it. We finally got back to the World Series. Now, here's the thing. Water on Mars, a pretty significant event. There'll be 10 million searches. Adele, 400 million. The Kardashians, 500 million.
The Kardashians.
The Kardashians. I hate to even give them airtime, but just to show
I
you
know, why do you give them
Water on Mars is a gigantic, a huge scientific discovery.
Right, water on Mars.
10 million searches. Terrible.
They'd rather search the moon of Kim Kardashian.
That's right.
Apparently,
according to the data, yes.
her moon got a bigger. Her moon was on the front page of.
Almost broke the internet.
Esquire. Yeah, this year.
This year?
This year, yeah.
Was that this year? Was that this year? Fact checker, go check that out. We don't actually have a fact checker, but that sounded great. So what else do we have on the year in review? The Zuckerberg thing with Facebook.
I said that already.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh.
Donald Trump offered me a.
Oh, right, you did. Right.
Yeah, Donald Trump.
But I thought we were going to talk about it as a scam on Facebook, how everybody believed it.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Tell me about that. And
oh, it's a scam. I mean,
all
everybody
right, so
thought it was.
who wants to tell me about that? What it's a scam?
Oh, that's a scam?
Yeah.
Who can tell you about that? How about Bloomberg?
All right.
There is no Zuckerberg stock swap. It's all fake. We've been tracking that at Bloomberg. There actually isn't any stock that's going out to the people. Thank you. I miss him. He was funny, Bloomberg. He was great for material.
Yeah.
He really
I know.
was.
The new mayor now, you got to work on him, right? Yeah, he's not fun.
I'm hoping he won't be there soon, so I won't have to work on him. He's terrible.
He is. He is.
The city crime is up. Terrible.
So now let me ask Mr. Clinton, what are you looking forward to in the new year?
I think, what am I looking forward to in the new year? More Sarah Palin. I like Sarah Palin.
Any New Year's resolutions?
Yeah. I've got a couple of, hire some interns. I don't have any interns working for me right now.
And you haven't mentioned the fact that your wife is running for the Democratic.
Oh, I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. Yeah, my wife Hillary's running for the nomination. I'm afraid of her winning, actually. Could you imagine how much power she'd have if she had the FBI to investigate me?
I heard that the reason that when you were president, the reason that no one was allowed to wear a dress in the White House is because whenever Hillary bent down, they would see her balls.
Oh, that's true. I can confirm that's true.
Anyway, we're going to wrap up. This is
a great segment.
Breaking Wind with Benny Rizzuti. I hope you come back. And
I totally will come back.
And,
I'm John Santo. I've always wanted to do that news segment.
Okay. This is Benny Rizzuti.
Oh, and I'm John Santo.
Oh.
And this is Breaking Wind with Benny Rizzuti.
With Benny Rizzuti.
This was fun.
Great. We'll go back. You'll see Nicole and Jeannie will be interviewing our guests, Luis Leon and Sandy San Simone.
So we can hear laughing in the background.
They messed me up, too. Okay, bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye. Wind with Benny Rizzuti. And I want to do some reviews. You people might be doing some Christmas shopping, last minute stuff. I want to tell you some great deals to get. And Dweezil Zappa, you've heard me talk about Frank Zappa. His son Dweezil just came out with a wonderful CD called Via Zamata. And what Via Zamata is actually the street in Sicily where Frank Zappa's ancestors used to play instruments and beg for money. And it's a great album. Wonderful. You may say, what kind of album, if you're a Zappa fan? Think of if you are a young man who grew up a metalhead, but your dad was Frank Zappa, this is the CD you would come out with. It's great. There's a song on it called Malkovich, and it is lead vocals by John Malkovich, and he's telling some surreal, bizarre story about these people in prison, and the chorus is Dweezil and his band singing Malkovich, Malkovich, what the fuck are you talking about, Malkovich? Great song. The whole album, Funky 15, is an instrumental. Dweezil works with the greatest musicians. It was very cheap. I got it on Amazon.com. I recommend you get this. I want to talk about books. We've had Fran Capo has been on the show. Wonderful writer, delightful. You remember the Speed Talker? And Hopeful City of Light. I love this book. I read this book in like 2 hours. It's very enlightening. It's a wonderful book. I recommend you go on Fran Capo, go on Facebook, and ask her. You'll not only get the book, which is very cheap, but she'll sign it for you and give you a bookmark, which is really cool. It's Fran in the Buff. No, actually, it's a really cool bookmark, and she signed it to me. Benny Rizzuti, thanks for the night. You still owe me $50. But and then you've heard me speak about my friend Steve Oakes, or as I called him, Steve O, actually my mentor in stand-up comedy, the man who I learned so much from, introduced me to great people, and he wrote Midmen. It's called Midmen, The Modern Man's Guide to Surviving the Midlife Crisis. Like you would know, you're 8 years younger than me, you friggin', he's a baby. It's the bald head. So what? You were bald at 25, Steve. So what? That's your Midmen. Anyway, I read 15 pages of this book, but I read the acknowledgments, and I read it 15 times because the acknowledgments, I read the acknowledgments here, and it's 2 pages of acknowledgments. And all my friends are on. It's great as folks who I know, everybody, family, friends, except for me. I read this 15 times because where's Benny Rizzuti? Huh, Steve? How about that? Where's the guy that used to drive me when I couldn't afford a car, me doing comedy? Where's the guy that used to take me places? Where's the guy when I finally got a car and was too dumb to go around the puddle and went in it? Who's the guy who recharged my battery and took care of it? How about that, Steve? Yeah, acknowledgments page. Where's my name? How about when you were doing that high school bickering with Rosie O'Donnell? I told you to be nice to her and she'd be nice to you, right? And that happened, right? Where's my acknowledgement for that? How about the fact when I introduced you to Dan Wilson and you turned around and told everybody he was your discovery? Did I care? No, because I thought I'd be in the acknowledgments page. Now let me show you something. Dweezil Zappa. He has this wonderful line of notes and then acknowledgments. And on the bottom of the acknowledgments, it says, and all my other friends whose names I cannot fit in this space. Why, thank you, Dweezil Zappa. A stranger thanked me, Steve. A stranger acknowledged me. But you couldn't acknowledge me? Yeah, I'm buying that book. But Fran Capo, buy this book. Also on Amazon, I found out a great thing on Amazon. I found out for you deadheads out there, Europe 72, Volume 2. Did you know there was a Volume 2? And it's got, it has like 20 songs on it. It's would be a 3-record set if it was on vinyl, just like the original was vinyl. I had bought that. And when most of you deadheads weren't even born. What I love about Amazon, I bought this and I bought the Tubes. The Tubes' first album, also a great album to get for friends. And if you like Zappa and you like the Grateful Dead, there's no reason why you would like the Tubes. But I love the Tubes. I love this album. And they're in plastic because, listen to this, when you buy from Amazon, they give you free MP3 downloads. So I actually bought the album twice. I put the MP3 downloads into my my device, into my phone, and I connected in my car. I listened to the album, and I could still give it to somebody. Because a lot of times when you buy a great album, you want to take this album and you want to make a copy of it and then try to find a way to wrap it up. You don't have to do that anymore. Amazon, free download. And this is not an album I would have bought for myself anyway, because it's got songs, but, you know, I used to listen to the Grateful Dead channel on radio, and they play 30 different versions of Sugar Ree. They could play Sugar Ree for 2 days, and it's never the same version. It's live. So Sugar Ree's on this, Bertha, all the hits. But this is an album you would like to receive as a gift. Now, movies. Big movies open up Christmas. Jeannie and Nicole were talking about Star Wars. And I know you're all going to see Star Wars. The reason I want to see Star Wars is maybe they'll finally explain how a virgin princess got the name Leia. And poor Harrison Ford. They were calling him Han Solo. Han Solo. If I directed those movies, his name would have been Dick Happy. But I still have so much more to talk about. You better not turn me off, all right? You better not.